Hello and welcome. In this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to create shapes like these. I'm just gonna show the general concept on how to create them. So if you want a specific tutorial for any of the things shown here, you can leave a comment and I will try to make it. But yeah, let's get started. So first of all, you want to create your basic shape. I'm just gonna go into my polygon tool and create a hexagon. If you want another amount of sides, you can just left click once and you can select how many sides you want to your shape. And then you want to remove the fill color of your shape and then go into your appearance tab and the effects menu here. And then you want to click the distort and transform and then transform. You also have this menu under the effects menu and the distort and transform and transform. And then you want to hit the preview button and one copy, and then you want to rotate it a bit, and then you want to scale it down so it fits perfectly inside the bigger shape. And if you have a symmetric shape, the horizontal and vertical scaling should be the same, as you can see here. And then you want to increase the number of copies until you get the shape you want, and then press OK. And if you have like a non-symmetric shape, like a triangle, it gets a little bit harder. If we do the same thing, going to the effects menu and distort and transform, and we try to do the same thing like this, it's not the same scaling for vertical and horizontal. You will also have to use the move tool down here, and this requires a little bit of like fiddling around to find the right values. But yeah, let's say this is pretty good, and then create some more copies. So that's how you create like the triangle. So this looks pretty good already, I think, but you probably want to color it. So unfortunately you can't use like a fill color on your shape. If you used to do this again, but we have a fill color, let's just use red, and then we do the same thing again with the transform. You can see that the new copies get placed underneath the original one, so they can't be seen when you scale them down. And I haven't found a way for this to place the new objects over the original one. So if you know a way to do that, you can leave a comment. So there is one way you can use to use a fill color on your shape, and what you basically are doing is you, instead of starting with the larger shape, you start with the smaller. So what you do is just create a shape, but in this time you create like the smallest one you want, and then you just do the same thing. You go into distort and transform and transform, and you add some angle to it and a copy, and instead of scaling it down this time you scale it up. So I'm just gonna choose something, and the thing I don't like about doing it this way is that it's hard to see what you're actually doing. But as you can see, we didn't get the values right, so we'll have to fiddle around with this like that. But as you can see, we have a fill color, and you can change the color later, like this. and it should change. Yeah, and you can also use gradients obviously. And one really cool effect is if you don't have any stroke and use a gradient, it looks really cool. Either like this or a radial gradient looks really cool too. But yeah, for now the way I have colored my things is that with this selected, go into object and expand it, and you might have to expand it twice. And now that you can see that all of these are shapes, and if you go into your live paint bucket, you can paint all the individual triangles like this. You can also click and drag like this. But if I change the color I'm painting with and I click and drag, you can see that I color like every like thing in between the steps, and perhaps I don't want that. Then it's kind of annoying having to go and paint them either back to black or paint the red steps one by one. So what you can do is, if I just go back a bit like this, and if you expand it, after you have expanded it, you can go into your Pathfinder tool and then hit the Unite button, and this will get rid of some of the unnecessary points. And now if I go back into my live paint bucket and try to color this, it still changes the color of the edges, but the edges are connected, so you only have to like color them back to black once. And you can use gradients, and if you go into your swatches menu, you can use gradients, and you can obviously create your own gradients in here. Is the way I recommend you do it, to make it easy to recolor. And this works pretty good. Otherwise that's pretty much it. And as I said in the beginning, if you want like a tutorial on how to create any of the shapes shown in the thumbnail, you can leave a comment and I will try to do that. But thanks for watching. Bye.